One should never count the years, one should instead count one's interests. I have kept young, trying never to lose my childhood sense of wonderment. I am glad I still have a vivid curiosity about the world I live in. The tragic side of many architectural enterprises is that they destroy natural beauties which are a priceless possession and cannot be replaced. Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy, and your joy and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. The idea of brotherhood redorns upon the world with a broader significance than the narrow association of members in a sect or creed. Even more amazing than the wonders of nature are the powers of the spirit. Use your eyes as if tomorrow you would become blind. Touch each object as if tomorrow you would never be able to feel anything again. Not the senses I have, but what I do with them is my kingdom. Reality, even when it is sad, is better than illusions. Illusions are at the mercy of any winds that blow. Real happiness must come from within, from a fixed purpose and faith in one's fellow men. The day is ours, and what the day has shown. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. World peace will never come until the passion of supremacy is combated. Hope sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible. I can see, and that is why I can be happy in what you call the dark, but which to me is golden. I can see a God-made world, not a man-made world. The million little things that drop into your hands, the small opportunities each day brings, He leaves us free to use or abuse, and goes unchanging along His silent way. So long as the memory of certain beloved friends lives in my heart, I shall say that life is good. It is so pleasant to learn about new things. Every day I find how little I know, but I do not feel discouraged since God has given me an eternity in which to learn more. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence. Knowledge is love and light and vision. You are amazed at all the things you know which are not on the examination paper. What is more exhilarating than to make your staunch little boat, obedient to your will and muscle, go skimming lightly over glistening, tilting waves, and to feel the steady, imperious surge of the water? The power of effecting changes for the better is within ourselves, not in the favorableness of circumstances. Blindness separates us from things, but deafness separates us from people. I believe that God is in me as the sun is in the color and fragrance of a flower, the light in my darkness, the voice in my silence. Certainly it is one of our sweetest experiences that when we are touched by some noble affection or pure joy, we remember the dead most tenderly and feel more powerfully drawn to them. There is no better way to thank God for your sight than by giving a helping hand to someone in the dark. The place between your comfort zone and your dream is where life takes place. Believe, when you are most unhappy, that there is something for you to do in the world. So long as you can sweeten another's pain, life is not in vain. To be blind is bad, but worse is to have eyes and not see. Life is an exciting business, and most exciting when it is lived for others. God himself is not secure, having given man dominion over his work. People do not like to think. If one thinks, one must reach conclusions. Conclusions are not always pleasant. No matter how dull, or how mean, or how wise a man is, he feels that happiness is his indisputable right. First, how did I become a socialist? By reading. I hung about the dangerous frontier of /guest/ avoiding with infinite trouble to myself and others the broad valley of reason. The best things in life are unseen. That is why we close our eyes when we kiss, cry, and dream. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. I believe in the immortality of the soul because I have within me immortal longings. Toleration is the greatest gift of the mind. Let pessimism once take hold of the mind, and life is all topsy-turvy, all vanity and vexation of spirit. There is no cure for individual or social disorder, except in forgetfulness and annihilation. No one has a right to consume happiness without producing it. The country is governed for the richest, for the corporations, the bankers, the land speculators, and for the exploiters of labor. Instead of being satisfied to alleviate suffering, we shall labor hard and continually to prevent it. Gullibility is the key to all adventures. The greenhorn is the ultimate victor in everything. It is he who gets the most out of life. I never fight except against difficulties. Death is no more than passing from one room into another. Every one of us is blind and deaf until our eyes are opened to our fellow men, until our ears hear the voice of humanity. Education should train the child to use his brains, to make for himself a place in the world and maintain his rights even when it seems that society would shove him into the scrap heap. How spiritually blind are men that they fail to see that we are bound together. We rise or fall together. We are dwarfed or godlike, free or chained together. Happiness is like the mountain summit. It is sometimes hidden by clouds, but we know it is there. The inferiority of women is man-made. He who is content with what has been done is an obstacle in the path of progress. There is only one story, the story of your life. The continued lynchings and other crimes against Negroes, whether in New England or the South, and unspeakable political exponents of white supremacy, according to all recorded history, order ill for America's future. I thank God for my handicaps, for through them I have found myself, my work, and my God. The joy of surmounting obstacles that once seemed unremovable and pushing the frontier of accomplishment further. What other joy is there like it? The bulk of the world's knowledge is an imaginary construction. One must envision the higher life and behave as if it were a fact before it can unfold. Any teacher can take a child to the classroom, but not every teacher can make him learn.